Lesson 116, division by 0. So let's pretend that you have some cookies that you're going to divide evenly among some friends, okay? So you have cookies to divide evenly among friends, okay? So we're going to say cookies. The number of cookies that you have is 20. The number of friends is 20. Then each will get how many cookies? 1 cookie. So you have to divide 20 by 20 and you get 1. Well, what if you had 10 friends? Then each person would get 2 cookies. And if you had 5 friends, each person would get 4 cookies. If you had 2 friends, then each would get 10 cookies. If you had 1 friend, that friend could get all 20 cookies. But what if you had 0 friends? Then you wouldn't be able to give them any cookies. So it doesn't work. And if you had half a friend, that half a friend, when you divide, is 40. Okay, so let's graph these points that we've got. 5, 10, 15, 20. This is how many each person gets. And this is how many friends you have. Okay, so let's see. We have 20 friends, they each get 1 cookie. 10 friends, they each get 2 cookies. 5, they each got 4. 2, they each got 10. 1, they got 20. 1 half is way up here at 40. So it's going to continue going higher and higher every time for the fractions, and then less and less the more friends you have. So the point is you cannot divide by 0. The result, if you try to divide by 0, is undefined. So the result is undefined when dividing by 0. If you try to divide by 0 on your calculator, you're going to get an error message because it's not possible. So if I had 3x divided by y, we know right away that y cannot equal 0. If we had x plus 3 divided by x minus 3, we know right away that x cannot equal 3, because if it did, 3 minus 3 is 0, and you'd be trying to divide by 0. I want to remind you about fact families. You guys remember fact families where you have multiplying and dividing. So we're going to write the fact families, just for a reminder, using 2, 4, and 8. So there's a fact 2 times 4 equals 8. We can swap the factors and get 4 times 2 equals 8. Then we can take the product 8 and divide it by each of the factors to get the other factor. Now let's say we had a 0 in our fact family. We can times 0 by 6 And we can times 6 by 0, get the other 0. We can do 0 divided by 6 and get 0. But 0 divided by 0 equals 6 is not true. So this doesn't work. This is actually called indeterminate. Indeterminate. Like that? Indeterminate. That's when you have 0 divided by 0. If you just had a number divided by 0, like 6 were here divided by 0, that's just undefined. But indeterminate is when you have 0 divided by 0. So 0 divided by any number. Well, actually except 0. Wait, put a number there, except 0. Equals 0. Okay, so if I had 0 divided by x, where x does not equal 0, that's going to, oops, wait, let me white this out. So we want to do 0 divided by x equals 0. I'm going to separate that with that, where x does not equal 0. So any number except 0 divided by 0 is undefined. So we could say x divided by 0 is undefined for all x except x equal to 0. So it cannot equal 0. Otherwise, then it would be called indeterminate, which is a different vocab word. Okay, that's the end of the lesson.